Hello everyone, so welcome back again. And the topic for the day is cybersecurity, cyber threats. Let's talk about the types of cyber threats. So first of all, we will discuss about the threat domain. So threat domain is basically the area of control, authority or protection that attackers can exploit to gain access. That it means the domain, the area on which hacker can able to make a cyber attack. What are the types of cyber attacks? So cyber attacks are classified into the eight categories. What are these categories? Software attacks like virus, worm, DDoS attack or ransomware. Basically, these are the software attacks that used to be active in your system and corrupt your data, corrupt your softwares and works with the softwares. Software errors are like bugs, vulnerabilities, misconfigured applications. You have an application in your computer and that is having any bug, your mobile phone is having any application that is having bug or error in coding, that are known as the software errors. Okay, human error like misconfiguration or accidental deletion of data is known as human error. Sabotage is the website defacement or the data destruction. The theft is known as the physically stole anything like stolen of the laptop or data hard disk drive stolen. Okay. Hardware failures like failures, crashing of server or firewall or any other device. Utility interruption like power outrage, water damage, and it may be a natural disaster like flood, earthquake, or fire. So these kind of cyber threats can be there which result in the data loss. Let's talk about the internal or external threats. Internal threats are basically originated within an organization. So this is my organization and these are originated from inside. It may be from the organization's system, network or data, like employees. Former employees having the access, contract staff, trusted business partners or vendor access the system. So any employee is responsible to do that actually. It may be your uh, ex-employee of the company or the current employees as well as it may be possible trusted business partner can also do that. Why these are dangerous? Because they are already known to the organization. The internal, team is already known everything about the organization. Okay, they also have the access of credentials, access and credential. They already have. They know how the system works basically. Let's take an example of internal threat, like an employee copying the data from the USB drive, and that is a confidential information he is copying. Or a system administrator misusing privileged access, like the limited access was given, but he is, unnecessary access he is providing. So a former employee using an account that was not disabled. That is means still any ex-employees having the access of the organization's, accounts. A contractor accessing data beyond the job requirements. That is means may possible that a contractor that is working inside the office on contract basis, so he can able to access the data. He has authority to access the data. Let's talk about the external threats. External threats are originate from the outside of organization, like organized attackers, like well-funded group with specific goals. Example, hacktivist, terrorist group, or state-sponsored attackers. So those attackers are there. These are organized attackers. The objective of these kind of attackers are what? Financial gain, political influence, espionage, or the disruption of services. They just want to shut the services, and they can also doing for the money or influence. They are doing for in influencing of political influence also. Okay, let's talk about the external threats. Like external threat, there are hackers. What are hackers? There are four types of hackers: black hat hackers, gray hat hackers, white hat hackers, and amateurs. If I talk about the black hat hackers, they are totally doing the illegal activities. They performing the illegal activities like they can ask the money. They are doing the crime for the same. They are selling your data in the market. So that kind of work done by the black hat hackers. Second one is gray hat hackers. They can access the system without permission, but they are not for the criminal intent basically. They are just doing for as a fun, okay, or just as usual. Third one is gray hat hackers. They are ethical hacker. They help organization to identify the vulnerabilities. They are hacker inside the organization which used to attack our internal system, that is there any issue with the system or not, to check that our system is built for the external threats or not. So those are the white that kind of work is done by the white hat hackers. Okay. Second, last one is amateurs, script kiddies. These have limited technologies. They use ready-made hacking tools created by others to do that. Let us take an example running DDoS tools to download from the internet. So using password cracking tool without understanding how they works. Now let's talk about the threats to the devices. A device threats refer to the risk to any risk that can damage, disrupt, or compromise or gain access to the computing device such as laptop, desktop, smartphone, server, router, or IoT device. Basically, a device threat refers to the risk of damage or disruption, compromises, or gain unauthorized access to the cloud to the computing devices, okay, such as laptop, smartphone, server, router, IoT devices. Why are the device targeting? Devices are storing the valuable information such as personal data, passwords, banking information, student record in universities, organization document. So attacker targets the device to steal, modify, or destroy the information. But basically, many of threat to devices. Attacker targets your computer, mobile phone, laptop, server, router, or IoT. Why? To gain the access of your personal data, password, banking information, student record, or other information they can get with the help of that. Okay. So the common threats to devices are malware, unauthorized access, physically stolen the device, hardware failure, human error, network-based attacks, or environmental threats. These are the common threats to the devices. Okay. Let's talk about the most important topic, that is threats to the local area network. So basically, local area network is a network that connects the devices within a limited area, like lab, office, or campus. So this is my local area network. May have 20, 30, or 50 computers just like this. Okay, this is connected to a switch. Switch is connected to a router. Router is connected to the internet. So this is the basic local area network. Okay, all of these devices share the same internal network. Local area network are highly efficient but vulnerable to multiple types of attacks, like unauthorized access, intrusion, MAC address spoofing, ARP spoofing, ARP poisoning, mad in the middle attack, denial of services, WAN hopping, VLAN hopping, sorry, physical threats, malware or worms, sniffing, or misconfiguration. So that is all issues can be there inside the local area network. Okay, let's talk about the threats to the private cloud. Now we are talking about cloud computing. A private cloud is an environment dedicated to a single organization. That is means a cloud computing service that is only used inside the organization. for the same single company only. It offers the higher control, security, and customization. However, it is not immune to the cyber attacks. That is not basically protected from the cyber attacks. Many risks still exist due to internal user misconfiguration and infrastructure vulnerability. So that is happened because of what the internal user misconfiguration and infrastructure vulnerabilities. First issue is the insider threats, misconfiguration risk, weak identity or management, IAM. Okay, weak IAM, virtualization and hypervisor attacks. Okay, network-based attacks, malware or ransomware, data breach, data leakage, API security threats, DOS attack, or lack of monitoring and visibility. So these attacks can be there in a private cloud. Okay. Now let's talk about the public cloud. A public cloud is a cloud computing model where the services like storage server, database, or application are delivered over the internet by the third-party providers such as AWS, Azure, GCP, like this. Okay. Shared across multiple customer using a multi-tenant architecture. Okay. First one is account hijacking, the theft of credential, insecure APIs and interfaces, data breaches, misconfiguration risk, malware and malicious softwares are there, DOS, insider threat, shared technology or vulnerabilities, data loss or limited visibility control. Okay. Let's talk about the advanced persistent attack, APT. APT is a highly sophisticated term for the cyber attack where the attacker secretly gain the access and remain undetected for a long time. In APT kind of attack, what happens? That a threat actor can gain the access. What attackers gain the access of a system and we are totally unnoticed about that. No one can able to notice this. 0% notice that. Okay, he is stealing your information and minor activity he is stealing. So what is the problem? Advanced or highly skilled attacks we need. Okay, persistence, long-term access, targeted attacks, stealthy inactivity or multi-stage attack process. So these are comes under the advanced persistence threat, APT. Okay. Let's talk about the backdoors and rootkit. Both backdoors and rootkits are stealthy malicious tools used by the attackers to maintain long-term unauthorized access to a system. They are often used after the initial compromise and commonly seen in advanced attacks like APTs. Let's talk about backdoor. So backdoor is a hidden method of bypassing the normal authentication to get the access of the system, network, or application. Rootkit is a type of malware designed to hide itself and maintain the privilege access on a system. Okay, so that is all about the types of cyber threats. If you have any confusion, you can ask me in the comments. Have a nice day.